Okay, another moderately prepared stream. We have loads of plans for today. Actually, 3 bots or programs are supposed to be made. But no coding without coffee, so let's do that first. What are the 3 bots? One is a radio bot. I found, or I didn't find, actually I was contacted, I think. A very nice guy, a producer of house music, or no, it's called Speed Garage. It's now called Speed Garage. His radio is called MK Lab FM, and it's nice. I listened to this yesterday. This is a good radio station. It's free internet radio, and it is both groovy and sometimes trippy, and it has different moods and everything. Nice stuff. So we're collaborating. We're making a bot that plays his radio on Discord. I'm going to make that bot ready today. Preliminary experiments yielded some results. This is the Gazelle radio, which does the same thing basically. Just the commands are not so good yet. And all the nasty complication has been outsourced into an include that we hopefully never have to look at again. We only look at the short, nice main programs. But this is all secret. I shouldn't show you that. Oh, I don't know. I make many things open source, and still I can sell products. So the radio bot is the first thing. The second thing is a smart editor, which looks at your type and suggests things. I had this I think 4 years ago. I made something like that and I posted it, and on a Russian server people were very interested. There's a long thread in Russian about this little demo. I don't know if they were making fun of it or if they were liking it. So, but yeah. But I cannot find the sources anymore, so this is all too. I shouldn't. I'm looking for the thing. I shouldn't show all my emails, I guess. I was looking for the little example that I made for this smart editor. It looks something like this. If you type something, shoot up. Just shoot up. If you type something like A equals B and C equals D, and then later you find out it was the wrong operator in whatever language you're using there, and you correct this, and then you go to the second line and correct this. Then at this moment, the AI that is watching you, because you want that, should suggest, of course, this edit here. Just simple pattern finding, and there should be a box with a button where you can accept this proposed edit. The idea, of course, is that there could be 100 lines that are all equally changeable. So this is a simple test case, but who uses a program like that? We don't have it. In all the smart editors we have today, I don't think there's one that would do this automatically. This is not related to any programming language, this is just simple pattern finding. And the third thing I want to make today is a little bot that you can just put natural language rules into, like the Gazelle bot, the super complicated bot I made earlier this year, with natural language rules just absolutely reduced, because Gazelle kind of, Gazelle died under its own weight a little. What did I do here again? What is this here? I clicked on something. Okay. We take one of the bots we have, We make a copy. And a rules box. 3 of the keys on my laptop kind of died, like F and T and V, so I have another keyboard on top. It may or may not improve the keyboard sounds. I am getting tiny investments thanks to the guys. Mini investments, but they already make me happy. And if slightly bigger investments are there, I can buy proper hardware, actually. So what is the idea of this natural language rules bot? For example, a rule like this: on X, say Y. On hello, say hello. Okay? How do we store the rules? We could either parse them right away, or we parse them every time. These are always the decisions you make in programming. Yeah, let's think about it for a moment. What are the advantages of storing the text? If you only store the text of the rule, you're flexible. But it's slower when executing, and you don't check the rule at that moment, maybe. These are always the decisions that are difficult. How about we store the rule? We should make a rule class, that is for sure, because it needs an ID and it will have feedback and whatever. I think this short syntax should do the job. No global ID. Everything should have a global ID. And just text. The rule has a text. And the usual stuff. We make a little constructor here. And that's that. And maybe we say whether it's enabled, and we default to true. It should go up here because logically maybe it's the most important thing, whether it's enabled. And rule, these are the rules. It's a list. Yeah, why not? I execute rules. I execute simple English rules. Hello, what say are you? Stuff to say. At this point we already have the bot prefix, so we have to say add bot name and then this here. Okay, add rule. Yeah, rules add new rule. Let's be very straightforward here. And we always have to call the change function. I mean, we should check if there is a rule. If any rules where as object, nope, as with, no need for screaming, find where, object where, first where, I'm trying to find a rule which has the same text. Find where I see first where you go. Okay. First where I see rules. And if we have a rule with the same text, rule exists, and we return the global ID. Okay, so the rule does not exist. Rule edit as with ID. And list the rules, of course. We just dump out all the rules here. And we need this render rule function. It's not going to work like this. That will work. Render rule. Render rule. Save here. If there's null, we return null. Otherwise, we return the global ID. And if it is disabled, we express that. And then we add the text of the rule. Oh, it needs a new class name. Doesn't need, but can have. Oh, and I made the syntax I talked about last time. Like here, where I have to repeat the class name again. I was thinking about what to put here. Self or this. I decided just why not nothing. So this is the new syntax. Less than dot name bigger than whatever. It's the idea of JavaX. You just leave things out if they are still clear. Okay. I hit the important stuff here. Well, the chat is kind of quiet, so whatever. Will it compile or not? The usual bet. It compiled. So we add the bot to a acceptable server. Why not just do it on the server? Nope. Today my OS is called Crocodile Operating System. I can rename my operating system with a few clicks. How about changing the name? OS name, very smart OS. There it is. I'm invisible, so it means we are on the server view. Okay, it uses the Gazelle name, that's fine. And let's test the bot. Gazelle help. Okay, so now we have a million different bots in one name. I execute simple English rules. Okay. On what's the time? Say too late. What a great example. And as you see nothing. On something, say something. What did the bot hear? Simplified. Yeah, we're dropping the quotations. That's not working. In this case, we say we do not want to drop punctuation. Try again. Mark as spoiler now. Is it reloaded? It's reloaded. Okay, that is a bug. This here doesn't work. I'm thinking about whether I should make it work. It might be wasting performance to make it work. So I will use the normal syntax. But why not keep this ID? It's a nice ID. If we say the same thing again, rule exists. Very good. However, the rule is not executed yet. Find rule to execute. Let's see, for all rules. Let's do something here, pcall. If there's any exception inside of here, we just process the next rule. It's often a good idea to just ignore exceptions. Not actually ignore, but don't have one single exception crash a whole procedure. Okay, we need the same thing. Okay, first of all, if it's not enabled, we don't process it, obviously. Yeah. On what, say what? So let's call an in and out. In out if match in with current input. Then we do return the output. You may not have understood what I just did, but it doesn't matter. Maybe the rule works now. It only works all with the prefix. Gazelle, what's the time? Wait for the reload. Done. Gazelle on hello, say howdy. When it's only one word, you don't need the quotes. And it does drop the punctuation using the match function. Okay. Okay, the formatting is crap here. But it is easily fixed. This seems okay. This actually makes a space. And this should do it. Of course, we need the other functions, deleting rules and enabling rules and disabling rules and such. And I hope to have this kind of stuff be done by a different subprogram, a universal program. This is basically list handling, adding to a list, removing from a list, changing a property, this enabled, disabled property. I'm sorry. It's the coffee, I'm sorry. So the separation of concern idea comes into play again. Programming is about reusable code, and it's possible. So this is another nice little 70 lines thing that does something. Obviously the next step here is to have complicated rules. If some person says something or add anything here. I just want to make this quickly. Works but lacks commands like delete, enable, disable, more complicated rules, etc. Okay. Another little bot made. And now we could try this magic editor that I want to make. How would we go about it? Here, this is what I mean. Eventually, we can use any editor like this generic Linux program, because the AI will be able to watch the screen and it can type and everything. So eventually we can augment any existing editor on any operating system with my AI tool, with my AI assistant like this one, any AI assistant. But that's a little bit like Zukunftsmusik, the German word, music of the future, Zukunftsmusik, stuff that isn't there yet. Because recognizing text on the screen is complicated. We're not completely there yet. Typing things automatically is also a bit complicated. So for now we can use the code editor, for example, because this is in the Java world. This is a Java program in my Java OS. And this is very easy to augment with AI. Let's just see if we can do that. First we need to grab whatever is typed here. And let's do some research. What are the references to the editor? Open snippet in editor, new editor, editor tabs. Where is the text? How do we get the text? I hate long code, too many pages. I see a get text method. Where is it? It's directly in the main module. Oh, that's amazing. Okay, let's dive right in. We use any Java eval window. Any module, every module has an ID. 576. And I can call the get text method on module 576 and that was that. So now we have the text of the module. Text that is typed here. Okay. Now it's faster too. And so we just monitor the text like every second, for example, and we record the changes. That's the next thing we want to do. I had broken the duplicate function for a few days. Now it's unbroken. It works again. I can duplicate the modules again. Let's make a new module. Text assist, whatever. We use a normal base class. And every second for now. Check. We need the module ID, and for now I just hardwire this. It's obviously not the solution yet. And usually I mark this. It doesn't mean it's adult content, it means that this pretty urgently has to be changed again. Just some standard coda comment. We check every second. What else do we need? We need the last text. Last text. I need the current text. Editor ID. Whatever. And if the text is different from the last one, okay, after all this we remember the text. Compare texts. Compare text. So we want to do the simple things, just edits within one line. So what we will simply do is convert the text into lines. This yields a list with 3 entries. Okay, and if the if they're not the same length, yeah, if the user has added a line or deleted a line, we just give up. For the purposes of this demo, we just give up. Need same number of lines. Line count changed. Exiting. Okay, we might want a little more space here. Also, I just borked the formatting. Okay. Now we see how many lines are changed, and if it's only one line, then we say, oh, that's interesting. I guess that's how we could do it. Do we have a function that finds the changed indices? Different indices. I love to make standard functions. Because this function can be used in many contexts. Nice semicolon there. Okay, if the length is different, we return nothing. So now the length is the same. We iterate. I may have coded this before, but I don't find, or maybe I didn't, I don't know. If the element is different, we note the index. So this should give us the indices of the changed lines. Okay. Lines A, lines B, indices. And we're looking for exactly one changed line. Otherwise, we just give up. And changed lines. Exiting. So at this point here, we will have one changed line. Old line. New line. And then we can compare these two lines. I have a very smart function for this, I think. Like if you edit in the middle of something, it will exactly report this. And if you cut out something in the middle, it will also report. If it cut out in the end, there's a very nifty little diff format that kind of does this. I just programmed so much over the years that I'm trying to find the code for this. Insert string. Nope. Where have I text edit? Oh yeah, for logging all the edits in a text compactly. Div2, yeah, create text edit. Oh, that's the one. This is a smart little thing. I love smart little ideas. Create text edit, old line, new line, that's all. Make a text edit to see what is changed in line. Edit, oh yeah. Does it ever return null? It does. If it's null, there's no change. That should not happen because we just found out it is a changed line. Line not changed. Weird. It's a weird case. What does this class look like? This is all. An edit means you take a part of the string you have from one index to a second index, cut that out, and at the same position insert a new text. So this covers all the cases. You can cut something out and insert an empty text, that is just a deletion. You can cut nothing out and insert, then it's an insert. And you can cut and insert, then you have replace. Got it? It's so simple. Completely simple. Okay, text edit Is it printable? No, printable. It's not printable actually. Let's make a quick and dirty print function. Text edit. This. Okay. Inline we did not define I. Now we made a lot of code in one go and we don't even know if it compiles at all. Try save. Text edit assist. Let's build. Of course it doesn't compile, and I should have read the message down here. Unclosed string literal. Hygienic. What time do I have left? 20 minutes, I think. Differing indices. What? I made that. Did I not add it? I didn't register as a standard function. I'm sure. Yes, that was solved easily. And another tiny bug. Nothing to worry about. For that much code made in one session, it's all fine. Okay. Transpile, okay. Whew. Let's see. It's doing something, but it's not printing in the right place. That's just another tiny little problem, which can be fixed. Let's check it out. Okay, no lines changed, that's true. Remember, it's doing this every second. Have text edit in line 1. It counts from 0. The first line is line 0. That's just how it is. And index, let's disable this for a second. Of course, it doesn't care if I disable it, but it should. Enabled. So here's the text edit. Index 4 to 4. Add the B. So far, so nice. So So after we have an edit, let's say this, if we have an edit in line 1, and next thing we have an edit in line 2, or 0 and line 1, whatever, then it should trigger, because that looks like a pattern. Okay? So we just we save the last edits. say an edit has a line number and the edit that we saw. Edit, last edits. Edits add. There is a simple version here. Edit line number. What with the chat? Probably empty. Yeah. Some coders stream for 8 hours at a time. There's this guy from New York who I just caught the other day at the end of his 8-hour stream. Some people watch hours and hours of coding. So there should be an audience for this. There should. Last edits. Last edits add, and we call the change function as per usual. New edit. Line number is called I. So you can clean this eventually. Add limited or something. We don't want to keep a million edits. Actually, we only want to keep 2, I think. Limited list. Add max. Yeah. I want to add to the list and throw out the old stuff if it's more than 2. Max size. I have to give it the max size, which in this case is 2. Keep last 2 edits. Let's throw out this print here. If nothing has changed, that's a bit boring. If empty. Okay, so now for the inference part. If we have 2 edits which are of the suitable type, we propose a 3rd edit. Here, propose edit. Wow, that's exciting. So, okay, last edits. For safety, we take the last 2. If it's not 2, we return. If we have 2, if we have 2 edits, and line 1, and the second one has to be the line after that. So now we have edits in consecutive lines. And now we try to generalize. extract the edits, whatever. Let's say we look for the same inserted string. Edit one. It's called text, that is. Yes. If it's not the same, if I add a period here and exclamation mark here, it says I'm confused, I don't know how to generalize, forget it. But if I add the same character, it will be happy. So now we're close. We'll be really simple and say we assume they are all the same length too. This is just a rough first version. It's a course procedure. Course procedure. It's my concept. It means you make a rough first implementation to solve a subset of what you actually want to solve. But this first version is very useful. We can have lots of functions that take these first versions and turn them into more complete versions. Let's make the proposed edit now. Oh, there should be... what if there's no third line? Huh. We do need the new text. If this doesn't exist, or is we leave. Okay. Make it this a little stronger here. Let's say we want the whole thing to be text edit. So now they're comparable, that's important. Compiles. Different edits. This only covers a small case for now. Use the same indices to edit and... yeah, in fact, we use the exact same edit. Proposed edit. What yield? Yeah, what would the edit yield when it is applied? Text edit. How do we apply these? Replay text edit is what it's called. Line edit. Wow. With my normal schedule, I would have to leave in 10 minutes. Let's see if I can do that. If I don't, I don't know. I think just a little bug here. Proposed edit. Lines. Moment of truth. Remove this here, the dot here. Remove the dot here. It proposes to remove the dot which doesn't exist. In the third line. Let's try this. Exclamation mark. Exclamation mark. And here, there it is. It proposes to edit line 2, which is line 3 in human counting. And this is the proposed edit. In 5 minutes, can I proposed edit field? Can I make the edit work? Can I make the editor actually do it? Void execute proposed edit. That could be quite amazing. Let's try that. Proposed edit. For safety, we get the text again. Convert it to lines. I'm hacking this in here right now. Let's see. Get the line. Post edit dot edit. We convert again. New text and reset the text. I'm pretty sure there is a set text method in the editor. And we need to put the button somewhere. Visual. Visualize. Container buttons. Apply edit. Execute proposed edit. Just a field I didn't declare. Propose edit. The bugs are getting smaller and smaller. This might be it. Apply edit. Okay, let's see. Remove. No, wait. Okay, let's do it again. Exclamation mark. Exclamation mark. Proposed edit. Now I click here. Changing text. I do not see a change text. Was I wrong about this set text method? That would be really confusing. Oh, maybe I was. There's no set text method here. No, there's not. That's so cool. Okay, that's bad. Of course, that doesn't work. Falls under API. Was probably an exception too. I just didn't look at it. Yep, there was. Oh no, I don't know. Failed transpilation, that's great. Okay, new try. Exclamation mark here. Exclamation mark here. Proposed edit. Apply edit. Yeah, see? There it is. Let's say we have more. Oh no, they should be the same length. I know it's not perfect. Let's do this. Yeah, multiple characters are also a bit of a problem. Let's say this. Period, period. Proposed, apply edit. And now it sees the edit it made itself and it says, oh, this is a repetition of the same pattern. And maybe it works again. Yeah, see here? There. And apply again, and again, and again, and it works, and it works, and it works, and I'm in time to leave. This is gorgeous. It's the automatic editor in the rough 0.1 version. Yeah. Oh, nice. Captain Assist. Do I know you? Very welcome. Yeah, I have lots of windows, I know. Nice, a visitor. I'm very happy. Bye bye.